Hey everyone, what's up? It is Chelsea Van Buskirk with the Heart AF podcast. Hope you guys are all doing well. We're about to launch into a new month, and with that, I have a challenge that me and a friend of mine are collaborating on called April Activation. I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the show, but it's kind of along the lines of what I wanted to talk about in this week's episode anyway. Because we came up with that name, April Activation, as a way to talk about activating higher frequencies within ourselves, right? Like this activation of raising our vibrations. And it got me thinking about, we say that a lot. Like you hear that term used a lot, good vibes only, right? Like high vibe. Like we talk about having like bad vibes or good vibes. And, what does it really mean, right? Like, what are vibrations? What are frequencies? Like, what does it even mean? And why do we want to pay attention to that? And so I thought it'd be worth discussing because I have learned that, energy and frequency, vibrations, it's everything, right? Like everything in our world is created by energy. Like we all have an energetic frequency. Everything does, right? Like the water we drink, everything outside, right? Like trees, grass, the air, like it all is energy. Like we're all made out of energy, right? Like atoms. It's scientific fact that we're all energy. And with that, there are frequencies within that energy, right? And there are higher vibrational frequencies and lower vibrational frequencies. And that has a lot to do with like how we feel, right? Like our whole vibration. Like if you walk into a situation and you get bad vibes, like that means you are sensing some kind of negative, lower energetic frequency, right? Like you get a bad feeling, like it's making you feel bad. Like it is your body's kind of system letting you know this might be a dangerous situation. Like I'm feeling uncomfortable. Like everything that we're receiving as far as our feelings is like an indication system, right? Like ask and it is given. Esther and Jerry Hicks, also known as Abraham Hicks, they talk about the emotional guidance scale, right? And it talks about like our higher vibrational emotions and then our lower vibrational feelings, right? And it's talking about this, like our emotions and our feelings and how that correlates to being, higher or lower on this vibrational scale. David Hawkins also came up with the same concept of energy. His is the vibrational scale of consciousness. So it's along the same thing, right? Like we have all these different energetic frequencies that are in alignment with feelings and just like higher states of being, right? And we talk about like our higher self or, our soul self or like our highest consciousness, right? Like that's kind of like our soul self, our spiritual self, like that highest level of consciousness, which is, like that God realized self, right? That has like that higher energetic frequencies. I had Sarah Milligan on once on one of my episodes, and she is a well-renowned psychic medium, right? Like her job and what she does as a profession is she connects with higher vibrational frequencies, those who have crossed over, those who are physically not here anymore, but their energy, their spiritual selves are still alive and well, right? Like when we talk about no one ever really dies, like that's what we're talking about is that soul self, that spiritual self, that higher piece of you, that higher self of you, that higher piece of consciousness is always there. Energy never dies, it just changes form. So when we decease from this physical world, our essence, our soul, that higher self, that higher consciousness still lives on in this other plane, right? And we have people who are more sensitive to those higher energy frequencies who can, receive messages like trained psychic mediums like Sarah Milligan, who is on my show. And you can listen to her show and hear her story. She's brilliant and amazing. And her gift for connecting with those higher vibrational beings, like, is just amazing. And it's beautiful just to see that there are this higher power, one, but then also seeing that we do exist energetically outside of our physical bodies. So let's take it back down to this emotional guidance scale and tapping into like what that means to have a higher energy and why it's important to have this high vibe or higher energy. Well, a lot of times we can get stuck like in a funk. Like I'll give you an example for me currently. Like we just went on a vacation for our kids' spring break. We went to Orlando. It was so much fun. It was action packed. Like we were super busy. I came home extremely exhausted. I hadn't been in my normal routine. And when I'm not in my normal routine, which is, finding time for myself to walk or do my workout, like that kind of physical activity, that's really important to me. for my self-care and just feeling good. I was out of that. I wasn't eating my normal eating schedule. I just was off of my routine. And sometimes when I'm out of my routine, it kind of gets me off track, right? I talked recently about I'm on this weight loss journey, right? Like I'm trying to be consistent with not only my activity level and my workouts and things like that, but also with my nutrition and making sure I'm getting enough sleep and getting enough water. During my vacation, did not get enough sleep, did not get enough water most days. I tried my best, try to get in my protein, but it's really hard when you're actively spending time with family. Your focus really isn't on like getting protein, right? Like my focus was enjoying time with my family. And that's exactly what I did. I had a phenomenal time. It was great. But at the same time, like coming back, like and trying to get back into my routine, it's been hard. I feel a little stuck. Like I got back on the scale and I knew it was going to be a little bit up, and it was higher than when I left, which is totally normal, especially when you're air traveling and doing all the things I did. And I know, logically, I know that as soon as I get back on track, it's going to go right back to where I was and I'll continue on my downward trend. But it messes with my mind seeing the higher number. It messes with me not being in my routine. Like I get sucked into those lower vibrational thoughts of like, oh, like it's really easy to get back into those negative thought patterns of this isn't working. Like, oh, now I have more work to do because I backtracked, right? Or like I failed, right? I failed because now I was out of my routine. I didn't stay with my routine while I was on vacation. But the truth of it is it's not bad that I enjoyed myself on vacation. That's what you should do. You should enjoy time with your family. You should take time to do those things. And here's the part. Here is the part where you either, myself included, right? Like I'm talking about myself right now in my situation, and I had this choice, right? I had a choice to start spiraling back down backwards, just giving up, not getting back on track, like continually to eat like an asshole, like just to make myself feel better and like overindulging in things and get just completely going backwards, right? Like giving up. That was one choice, right? To keep going down that. Or I accept that I had a good time and had a week off and it was vacation and now I'm getting back to my routine. So I'm going to keep going and just have that positive attitude and keep like knowing that I'm going to keep making progress and I'm going to keep going, right? But it's hard when you're at that crossroads. And I'll tell you, it's hard for me. I'm not going to lie. Like I did have moments. I mean, I'm still struggling to get back into my routine. It's Monday, right? Like, I'm recording this on a Monday and I'm struggling to get back into my consistent routine. But I did show up for myself this morning. I got my workout in, right? I'm drinking my water. I'm doing well. But I will tell you, over the weekend, I wasn't so great. Like it was still the weekend. I'm coming off the vacation. I ate way more jelly beans than I should have. And for a moment, I felt guilty about that. And I was starting to hold on to that guilt. And guilt, guess what, is one of the lower vibrational feelings that you can feel. Like on the emotional guidance scale, like guilt is one of the lowest of the low vibrational states you can be in. And so I even did an episode on this too about letting go of that guilt, right? Like how we can really keep ourselves stuck in that guilt if we don't forgive ourselves. So what I had to do after I had my jelly bean binge, right? Just side note, it's Easter time and Starburst has jelly beans. They are the best thing ever and also very addicting, and they're small. So it's really easy to keep going for more because they're so small and you're like, oh, it's just a little bit. And then all of a sudden the bag's gone. So that's just what happened to me. Do with that information what you will. But anyway, I felt guilty. And so I was in this space of wanting to do what I normally do, which is then continue to binge on all kinds of fat foods because I've already, made a mistake. I've already overindulged. So let me just overindulge as much as I can. Like that's where I like to go. And I really had to have a check in with myself and realize like, it's okay. It's okay that I had a bad moment. It's okay that I overindulged, but let's get back on track, right? You have goals you want to hit. You can do this, right? Like I really had to shift that perspective. And again, this is kind of going back to what I want to help you guys do this month with this challenge, with this April activation challenge, is to flip that mindset, to get you out of the guilt, to get you out of that funk and raise your vibration, find a better feeling, if that makes sense. Like using our thoughts and our minds to help switch our attitude about it. Like attitude is literally everything, right? Like how we perceive our reality is everything. Our thoughts create our reality. It is so true. I am telling you, it's the truth. And once you grasp that concept, your life is forever changed. It doesn't mean that life doesn't get harder. It's complicated. I still myself struggle because you still have to check in with yourself and remind yourself to flip that, to get out of that mindset, right? Like I have to use my thoughts, like stop myself when I start sliding backwards into those negative feelings and like let myself feel feelings, right? Like I'm not ignoring or stuffing feelings, but not letting my feelings control me, right? Like not becoming those feelings, not becoming the guilt or the disappointment in myself, right? Like I'm acknowledging that I disappointed myself by making some poor decisions, but I'm going to accept it and I'm going to forgive myself and I'm going to move on, right? Like that's how we get unstuck. That's how we keep moving forward, is just forgiving ourselves and moving on, right? Like I said in that one episode. And now back to like this vibrational thing, right? This activation, this April activation. Me and my friend Stef Layton, who I mentioned in another episode too with the affirmations, she created that. She's a yoga teacher. You can find her on Instagram at Stef Layton Yoga. But we're doing this activation challenge, and it was really about helping you guys have some kind of challenge to get you motivated. And motivation sometimes can be easy in the beginning when we're motivated to make a change, but we can lose motivation very easily. The only way to keep your motivation up is action. And actually, action is what actually pushes you to have motivation, right? Like we tend to think that we get motivated, then we take action. But the truth is, like, we actually need to take action, and that's what motivates us to keep taking action. And so a part of this challenge is to move your body. One of the quickest ways to get out of a funk or to raise your vibration is actually to move your body. And, doing that outside is something that's super, super helpful. Like just being outside in nature, in the energy of just the trees and the sun, getting outside and doing any kind of movement that's fun for you. Like moving your body should not be a punishment, right? And so many times we get sucked into these challenges, like wanting to make these changes physically with our body or just to feel better. We jump into these challenges where we're like disciplining ourselves. We're forcing ourselves to go run 5 miles or to go, start these strenuous things. And it's like, we don't want you to do that, right? Because then it's like you're forcing yourself and it doesn't feel good, right? Like we want you to find some way to move your body that's fun, that you enjoy. So things like dancing, just moving your body and moving energy is such a great way to raise your vibration. And not only when you're doing some kind of movement for yourself, like just taking a walk for yourself, whether it's just like a quick walk around the block, walking your dog, walking with your kids, going outside and playing a basketball game with your kids, going to the park and actually physically playing with your kids outside, right? Like playing frisbee, any of these little things that you're actively doing something, it raises your vibration and that you're in a better mood, right? So like being in a better mood, you're having fun, it's bringing you joy, and that's naturally raising your vibration. And when you raise your vibration, when you have these elevated frequencies within you, that's when you start attracting these higher frequency, higher vibrational situations to yourself, right? It's how you have a better attitude about things. So another part of this April Activation Challenge, or the reasoning behind it, is this concept that you cannot be your best self if you're not taking care of yourself, right? If you're not doing things for yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup, right? When we get drained, when we get burned out because we're overextending and overdoing all these things for everybody else and neglecting ourselves, that's when we are not showing up as our best selves. That's when the people we love get to see the worst parts of us. And it's like, we don't want to show that to the people we love, right? Like I hate when I get snappy and irritable with my kids and my husband, right? Like I hate when they see that side of me. I don't want to be like that. I need to make time and make sure I'm taking care of myself. And what a great way to just take 5 minutes and go put whatever music I want to listen to and dance in my bathroom by myself. Like that is a quick way to shift my energy. Like if I'm in a bad mood, to go put on some music and it'll change my whole outlook, my whole vibe. And so that's the kind of thing we're talking about, is any kind of movement to move that negative energy through you and out of you, right? So whether it is dancing, maybe it's meeting a friend for a walk around the block, right? So walk and talk, like that's a great way to be outside. You're moving your body, you're doing something for you. And when you do something for you, even this small little thing, small little movement, small little something for yourself is going to help you raise your vibration. It's going to help you boost your mood. It's going to change your attitude to be on a more positive wavelength. So we're really just challenging everyone who wants to take a part of this to just move your body in some small way each day. It can be anything, right? Like maybe you watch a yoga video on YouTube. I'll link some of my favorite yoga videos here in the description of this podcast. Like just stretching your body, moving your body, showing your body some love, dancing. I love dancing. I love music. So whether that's just like at the red light or even, while you're driving, I don't know, like as long as it's safe, right? But music in your car, like windows down, like blasting the music, listening to it, like moving in your car, like that counts, right? Playing frisbee, rolling down the hill on the hillside of a playground with your kids or by yourself. I don't know, even as adult, even if you're not with your kids, if you stop at a park that you see, maybe and just go swing for a minute, like go back to that childlike joy and fun and just, run, skip, do anything that's fun for you and that's moving your body. That's something for you that will bring you joy, that will just help you, again, boost your mood and raise your vibration. That's literally what this challenge is all about and what I would love to help motivate you do for yourself this month. Like just one small movement each day in the month of April. And for this challenge, me and Steph also want to reward you for doing this. And so we are asking that if you are going to participate in this challenge, to take some kind of photo, make a reel, post a story, make a post on Instagram or Facebook, and tag both me and Steph. I'll put our handles in the podcast description. Mine's at Chelsea.VanBuskirk. Hers is at Stef Layton Yoga. So tag both of us in whatever post you do and use the hashtag April activation. So doing those three things with your post gets you one entry into our prize drawing that we'll do at the end of the month. So from April 1st to April 30th, anytime you tag both of us and use that hashtag, that counts as one entry. So at the end of April, I'm gonna, look at all the hashtags with our tags. And each time that you do it, you're going into the drawing pile, and then we'll do one of those random drawing things online that will randomly choose a winner, and we'll announce that on May 5th. And we'll probably be doing that live on Instagram when we do the drawing. So just be on the lookout for that. I'll link stuff in the podcast description. For the giveaway, we're doing this spa gift basket, like a self-care gift basket. We are shipping to USA, shipping addresses only, but just taking part of the challenge is something you can do for yourself. It's just going to help you elevate your vibrations, your frequency, and activate those higher frequencies within you in a great way to really, shift your perspective and get to those better feelings, right? Like feeling in a good mood. And when you're in that space, when you're in that high vibe state of mind, like you can better handle the stresses that come your way, right? You can better handle the ways you get mad. And it's interesting because I have a really bad temper. I really do. I get really wound up tight a lot of times. And that's hard when you have three kids and different schedules and different ages that I'm dealing with as a mom. Like I get stressed and like worked up really easily. And so the fastest way that I can get out of that kind of like anger, irritable moment is by taking a moment for myself, like music, taking a quick walk, even if it's just outside of my backyard, like just walking for 5 minutes out in my backyard, like anything that simple. Like that's what we're talking about, is just any kind of simple movement for you to help you boost your mood and to activate those higher frequencies. That's what it's all about. And, like I said, everything is energy. And when I talk about manifesting and, creating your life and being a creator of your life and what you want to achieve and how you want your life to be, like you have got to be in a high vibrational state. You cannot manifest in this depressed or fear or guilt or shame, like in any of those lower vibrational states of mind. That is not the time to be manifesting or creating. Every thought we have is like an activation of energy, like whether we want it or not, right? Like when we're thinking, like that is a signal out, like it's like an antenna. Like our thoughts are essentially a radio antenna. Like, so what thoughts are you thinking? What are you receiving? What are you attracting back to you with these thoughts, right? Like you want to work on your thoughts and work on your mindset. And that's why I talk about, affirmations and doing gratitude journals, like things like that are so helpful at helping you getting a better grasp on your life and your mindset and your thoughts and really changing your life in a positive way, right? We can see life as something that happens to us, or we can be like responsible and responsibly respond to life and be the creators of our life, right? And be proactive and have the life that we want and have a happy and joyful life. And it really is dependent on us, right? Like we can't count on anybody else to make us happy. We can't count on anybody else to give us a good life. Like we have to make a good life for ourselves. And a lot of that comes from our attitude, our mindset, and what energy we're giving off, how we're dealing with emotions and things like that. So I'm going to wrap up today's episode with that. I'll put the April Activation Challenge information in the description of this podcast and some other fun things for you. If you haven't already, I have a newsletter that's now going out, and I also have a Facebook community. I am rebranding that as the Heart AF community. And so that is something where we're going to give, a sacred, safe space for discussions after these podcasts. Like if you have something you want to talk about that was talked about on one of these shows, or just want to have more intimate conversations, that's where I will be. And that's where you can come and meet other people that are listeners of the show, and just have a safe space to have community, really is what it's all about, is developing a community. And I'll be putting together some more resources for that group as well. I'm working on putting together a gratitude and affirmation journal for those of my group. So I'll link the group in the podcast description for you guys too, if you're interested in joining that community. It is on Facebook. Finally, sending out a newsletter. So that's exciting. So if you would like to get on my email list, where I will be posting news and events as far as sound healing events, if you're local, I am still working on doing a virtual sound healing event. But anything like that is definitely going to be on my monthly newsletter. So the sign up for that will be in the podcast description as well. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a great first week of April. Hope you guys don't get fooled. But if you do, it's okay. Just have fun and laugh, right? Life can be hard and it can be painful, but it's also beautiful. And if you can have that humor and really use laughter is really honestly a great form of medicine, especially for healing and for pain. Like laughter can do so much. So have fun, choose joy, and find the fun and humor in life if you can. Don't take yourself too seriously. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Peace.